So we just good at boxing ideas off of each other. And, you know, we do things the old school way. You know, we believe in great melodies, great hooks, and lyrical content. So that's how we write.
Hey, Playboy, run this shit, ho.
What up, what up, what up? Welcome to the
Fuck out of here.
Welcome to the
Fuck out of here.
Welcome to the
Fuck out of here.
Welcome to the
Fuck Outta Here
podcast show. And I'm the guy that never lies unless I have to say so.
It ain't your bearded dad, DJ True. What it is, what it do.
And we have two special guests this evening. Both are music producers. Let's give it up for Mr. Mark Cheatham, if I'm saying your name correctly.
Mark Cheatham. Mark Cheatham. Yes, sir.
Mark cheat on him. I got you.
So good.
And Mr. Jacob Byerson. Did I say that right?
Byerson. It's all right. Everybody pronounce it wrong, so it's
I apologize to these gentlemen for mispronouncing their names, but let's give them a round of applause. Welcome to the show, fellas. How y'all doing this evening?
We good. How you doing?
How you doing?
Good.
All right, maybe we'll get this show on the road. We'll get it started, man. First off, we'd like to say thank y'all for actually doing the show for us. We appreciate that. It's always a blessing to meet new people and have them a part of our podcast, and we appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. We thank you guys for having us on, and we thank Regina Hicks for turning us on to you guys. So we really appreciate it. We'll give her a shout out.
Yes.
Shout out to Regina Hicks. How many songs you wrote for Regina, man?
Well, we haven't really got started. We have presented some stuff to her, but you know, she writes herself, so we still like in the process of trying to figure out what is what, you know. But hopefully, we gonna be doing some work with her for sure.
That's a talented woman, man.
She is talented. She got the pedigree too, you know, with her dad and everything.
Yeah, that woman got a voice.
She does, man. Yeah.
Her whole album was dope, bro. I told her weekend. I was like, man, I was like so shocked. I was like, you were dope as fuck. So I was like, man, I wasn't all with him. All right, fellas, man, let's get this thing started. So, man, let us know, are y'all a duo of producers? Are y'all like a dynamic duo? Like
we like a dynamic duo. We've been
like Jimmy Jazz and
like Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis.
Yeah.
Nothing ever but a handshake. We've been friends for 32 years.
That's dope. That's good.
We was in the military together. Mark was in the Marine Corps. I was in the Navy. We were stationed on the same ship. He was my security, and we just bonded over music, and we just became good friends.
So let us know how the music geniusness started with you guys. Like, who came at who first with the let's do music, let's produce music, let's help artists. Like, let us know that backstory.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you my story first, and then I'll let Mark talk. My story goes way back because I'm from a family full of singers. So I started out as a singer. You know, when I was a little kid, I had this great voice, and then, you know, my voice changed. But I had this great voice, man. I used to do all these talent shows and stuff. And then I knew it was going to happen because my father's side of the family, everybody got a deep voice. So my voice changed. So I've always was a writer, always was a good background singer. So I started learning how to use my baritone bass voice better. But I always was a writer first. So I just started writing and penning at a young age. And that's how it started for me.
Okay. Mr. Mark?
Yes, sir. I started with production. Like I said, and then I went into writing. Me and Jacob hooked back up in 1990. And then what we would start doing, we would just flow. We would bounce off each other. He'll come up with an idea. I'll come up with an idea. And what we do is just sync it. And before Jacob reconnected, I got a couple videos on YouTube that I did back in my hood in Atlantic City called Take Your Finger Off the Trigger. And also there's another one called 25 to Life featuring an artist, rapper, Jomo. So I love production, and I love songwriting, and just me and Jake, like I said, the chemistry is just strong, and we just, you know, kept it flowing. You know, we was knocking out 3 and 4 songs sometime a day, and maybe 10 songs through the week.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So how does how does the production go? They're like y'all just get in the studio, y'all bounce off each other with ideas.
We know we have a different. I mean, I'm a lyricist at heart, but I'm also a great vocal arranger. I love harmonies and stuff. So when I write a song, I hear the whole song in my head. So like a lot of times, Mark is real good at hooks and writing lyrics, and then he'll send me a song and finish it. Or sometimes I'll send a song and I'll be like, well, partner, it needs anything else or anything like that. So we just good at bouncing ideas off of each other. And, we do things the old school way. We believe in great melodies, great hooks, and lyrical content. So that's how we write.
It's different.
I think that Jacob, he puts armor all on doll stuff, man. I just love his methodology. He just puts armor all on anything that looks dry and dull, and then we just, like I said, we shine it up from there. But his creativity is great and awesome. I piggyback off of him. He piggyback off of me, and we don't really no misunderstanding. It's like, partner, do you feel this? It's either we do or we don't.
Yep, exactly. We don't never have no disagreement on songs and stuff. Even recording demos and stuff. We arrange the demos the way we want them. We have the artist sing them or whatever, and it's never no give and take going back and forth. We just smooth out, and so we have a bond, a musical bond, also a brotherly bond. So that what makes it extra special, because we've been friends a long time. We shared a love of music together, and it's like we're just two peas in a pod. We born 3 days apart. We just have all these interests that's the same. So the music comes easy for us.
That's good, man.
I think that's one of the great things that y'all got the relationship. Y'all been knowing each other for that long, because it's not no problem when it comes down to business. Y'all know y'all both know y'all vision, what y'all trying to do. And it's just great, man. That's great.
Yeah.
That's great to hear.
The thing about us is that, I call it, I know you guys know, because you're on the radio and stuff. I don't have nothing against the music today, because I have children and I have daughters and they like that kind of music and stuff. But, I just consider I'm old school. So I'm not going to go in the studio. We're not going to go in the studio. I won't say, all right, we're not going to go in the studio and do microwave music. You have people in there, they can hit a note and put auto tune on it and you're done.
Right.
I'm from the old school. We're going to sing the verses. We're going to sing lines until it's done right. And, that's a problem with a lot of the artists today. Not saying that they're not talented, but they don't want to put the work in, and it shows in the music.
Right. They don't want to make that craft, build that castle, basically. They just want to.
Yeah, they want to do it done. It's okay. Let the engineer and the producer take care of that. Yeah, and I've done that before. So me and Mark have an agreement. We do a lot of independent artists, but when you meet artists and stuff, they'll say they have the drive to do this, the drive to do that. But then you find out real quick whether those people have the drive to do it or not. Yep. When you start getting in the studio and you start submitting songs and you start getting to work, they want to run and scatter. So we are very, very meticulous on who we work with.
With that being said, have y'all ever worked with an artist that didn't agree with what y'all had to bring to the table? Did y'all how did that process work? Like, what do y'all, how y'all deal with that?
I'll let Mark tell you a story. We're not gonna call names, but
I worked with this. Oh man, I tell you, that's good. That's deep. We work with a rapper from down my way, and guy just didn't comply with the track, didn't comply with the video, and what I've learned is you have to have. To me, I think music requires a level of maturity, because when I come to you and give you a vision, this is the creativity of what God-given talent was given to us. It wasn't given to you. So here it is. I'll say it like this here. I had an idea, and the title was because I'm down with the streets. So our music is mental for our young people. I'm really concerned about our young people, because our thing is to block the cell and cover the grave. That's our focus point. That's what we do in our mentor. I've been mentoring over 20 years in all different institutions, and that's what we focus on. I don't want the street life. I want our brothers and sisters to be successful. And this brother took a title. The track was titled "The Streets is Undefeated," and the hook in the song, "Be careful how you you treat it, you can't beat it because the streets undefeated. He took it and made it a whole hip hop thing, and then he tripped out on me and Jacob, cussed us out and everything. Cussed us out.
Yeah.
You know,
and we provide the music for him and everything, the ideas and everything.
You don't call me saying this and say, I mean, I'm looking at, and here's a guy I know I work with. Here's what I'm talking about, the level of immaturity. So that's my story, and that's why I'm very mindful who we give our talent and skills to, because a lot of times they'll flush it down the toilet.
True.
And I'll give you one of my stories because I was in the publishing before me and Mark linked back up, and I was just the type of guy, you know, I'm a business first guy, and so was Mark. But I always tell people, and you guys know, you on the radio, the singing and the rapping is 20% of it. You have to know the business, or your publishing will get stolen and everything else. I've been a member of ASCAP for 30 years. So I'm not going to call names, but I'll just give you an example. I had an artist that I was working with, and taught them the ropes. They knew nothing about publishing. They had been singing for years and years and years, and didn't know anything about publishing and things like that. I gave a song to them. The song did real well abroad, overseas, and everything. So, you know, I'm thinking when the next project come around, you know, by me getting this person started, you know, that I'm going to get another shot.
Mm-hmm.
They got a whole new team, man, and just forgot about me. So the one thing that I've learned is that there's no, and I'm a person, we both are, we like to help artists, young artists, or artists who are not young, but don't know the business. And so I learned a long time ago, because I was a singer too. I was a producer. I was in the publishing. I learned a long time ago, the loyalty level is minimum. And me and Mark have a vibe. We have no slack, and who we start with is who we finish with. And that's how we work.
Man, that's so crazy. That's us. Like, that is exactly like we just looking at y'all, just looking at a younger yourself. Like, we help artists, and as much as
we do it all. We don't try to charge folk no astronomical all prices. We have given people songs and giving people songs, especially before I met Mark. We would give people tracks and stuff, and working with people, and then when they, like I said earlier, when the heat start and you starting to try to get stuff done, they'll disappear. We hadn't gotten the money from or anything. We were just trying to help them get started. We presented everything to them. The video concept, or the video treatment, as we call it. Yes. We wrote the song, we provided the music and everything. All they had to do was go in there and sing or rap. And then at the end of the day, they backfire on you. They'll just stop. And so that's a waste of time, but we could have went on an artist who really wanted to do something. Yeah,
that's true.
So it seems to me like y'all more than just producers. Y'all do like artist development as well, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we do. We try. We just try to help. We just try to give folks the knowledge that we know, and you know, the experience that we have, because I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, man. I was in a group. Me and Mark already knew each other, but when I got in the military, Mark got in the military, we separated for a while, and we weren't as in touch as much. And I was in a group called Too Deep, and writing and producing and singing and stuff, and here, and actually had a manager, Miss Leola Williams, a great lady, and she got us audition for LaFace Records. The thing that was different for us, that we had going for us, was that my partner Ryan, he was a white guy and I was a black guy. So when they heard the demo tape and they found out that he was white and he was so soulful, and then what I was bringing to the table, that was the thing that was going to get us signed. So in between that time when we did the demo, we were just two of us. So then we joined with another guy. Leola recommended another guy, and so LaFace was like, well, that's even better. It's two of you guys that's black and one white. He said, it ain't nobody out there doing that. Make a long story short, we go to LaFace Records for this audition, and the third member doesn't show up. So you know what happens, right?
The white dude didn't show up?
The third member, me and Ryan show up.
Okay.
And our manager, she rode with us. The third member doesn't show up.
Mm-hmm.
So we still sung for them and stuff. They were impressed, but they had TLC, they had Damian Dame, who was a duo, so they didn't need another duo. They liked the idea of the two blacks and the white guy.
Yeah.
And you know what they did? After that, they shot us down. And so that's what I learned about loyalty. So that's when I was like, you know what? Ryan, we talked, I was distraught. So I was always in the right. So I just got into publishing. I was like, well, Ryan went on his own way and started singing. So I was like, man, you know what? I'm just going to do writing and producing and publishing. So I've learned and seen the good, the bad, and the ugly, man.
I'll beat that dude up when I seen him.
You know what? And the thing about him, it was so crazy. I don't even want to talk about it on the air, but the excuse that he gave us, it was pathetic, man. So I just
That's crazy, like, cause y'all would all be signed. Y'all would all be signed, like,
we was out the look, we had if you guys live in Atlanta, right?
Right. I live in Atlanta.
Yeah, okay. I used to stay in Atlanta.
I'm gonna tell you who the guy is, or you know him. K1 KP Prater. That was the guy who we were supposed to audition for. He was the A&R, him and Brian Reed for L.A. Reid's brother, Brian Reed. They were the A&R for LaFace Records at the time. This was back in 96 or 96 and 97. Man,
that's crazy.
That's
wow.
Yeah.
Bro, like I'd have been so mad, but
I was man. I was distraught. I didn't even want to do music for a while. So that's my story. I'm gonna let Mark talk some more. So, I want to be hogging up the
he get the memory lane like
it's all good. I always, every time there's a setback, I just try to dig through the talent. Don't take it personal, because a lot of people, they don't have that drive. They mind 1 minute, it's just like sports and anything else. 1 minute, the person want to play. The next minute, they want to lay. So it's the good, the bad, the ugly, and the different. But I learned, one of the things I was taught as a youth, man, you got to stay grounded. You got to stay focused and keep your mind on what's important. And for us, we have to remain flat, and
humble too.
And humble also. And I look at life as that palm tree. When that storm comes, a palm tree, them winds got to be high. They just bend a little bit. Then when the storm passes over, you shake the little water off. And that's what we got to learn to do, because you don't want to never bury your talent just because you have a little shortcoming, a little pot. Everybody's hit a pothole in their life. Everyone as a child or a youth has experienced a flat tire. And what we got to do is pull off to the side and we regroup and we come back stronger. And that's what me and Jacob has been doing for the last 6 years. We have a ton of music for the artists, ton of music. And like I said, it's mental. We got rap, we got gospel, we got R&B, we got ballads, ready to go, ready to go.
That's
ready
good.
to go.
So y'all just not with strictly hip hop. Y'all can do any genre.
Oh no, we do it all. We write everything. We write from gospel songs to, we got a song we just did called a God of All Seasons. We just produced with a guy, Stanley Ray. We got a hip hop joint. They Say She Ratchet with Kate. We do all kind of, we do everything because we keep our ear to the music. And no matter how, when you write and produce, you're never too old to write and produce. The idea to keep your ear to the street so you will know to stay up to date. And that's what we do.
Right. That's the only way you can stay with the times, man.
The only way you stay with the times. The music is not as strong, but if you want to break in on radio and stuff, you have to have stuff that's radio friendly. That's just the truth.
Right, that's real.
And also too, our people are crying out too. And our people are streets, and we got to send them some mental music to reassure them, even through what we're going through, we're going to get through it. And that's what we have.
Yeah, we have a song called that's out now. The single that we have out now is called Love Chain. It's all available in all the outlets. Right. It's MJK Entertainment featuring KJ, and that song is about, with the coronavirus and everything going on, and the part in the song. I think that's one of the songs I sent to you guys. I think, but the message in the song is that Marvin Gaye made the What's Going On album 50 years ago, from 1971 to we in 2021, and things haven't changed. What Marvin talked about is still going on in today's world. So that's what we wrote the song about.
Yeah, that's so crazy. Like that long, and pretty much it ain't changed.
What's going on?
Yeah. I don't know. That was one of the songs I sent you guys. I think it was Love Chain. You can listen to it, but that's the message in the song. We still are so much apart, and instead of being together as a united front, united country, united color. And that's what me and Mark came up with the song for. I say in the song, 50 years ago, Marvin Gaye sung about these same things in song, but in today's world, the same things are going on. So that's just the way, that's the way we see it. And that's 50 years gone, and he's still stuff, the same things going on now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So like, I was reading your, your biography. He's like, your influences are Babyface and Dr. Dre. Now explain to me. I know Dr. Dre mostly got like, I know how Dr. Dre work. He won't stop until everything's perfect.
Oh yeah, he do 117
perfect.
Like he won't stop until everything.
Well, you know what? There's a whole. Or that was just some of them. I'll say some, and then Mark will say some. Because we can't on the bio, we can't put everybody on there.
I bet.
Yeah. But I'm about to list my favorites, and me and him we share such an interest. But as far as producers, the Motown guys, Smokey Robinson, Norman Whitfield. For me, Smokey Robinson, Norman Whitfield, Sylvia Moy, all the Motown great, Ashford and Simpson, Ella and Babyface, Teddy Riley, Jam and Lewis is one of my favorites. I'm gonna tell you who's like really me and Mark's real favorite, but he don't get enough credit because and that's Gerald Levert and Mark Gordon. Mark Gordon from Levert. Yeah. Everybody thought that Gerald did everything. That guy did all the music and everything. He is so underrated. And there's so many more. Quincy Jones.
Yeah, all of them.
There's so many more. But I can't name all of them. But those and Gamble and Huff too. I love them guys as well.
That's good. That's a fancy
and for hip hop, Dr. Dre, Large Professor. It's so many. So I'm just a music historian and music head. So the first thing I do when I go buy a record since I was a kid is look to see who produced and wrote the song. Right. So that's what I always done.
About you, Mark?
Yes, I mean, I'm telling you, man. What really hurt my heart, and I got to say this, man, is I think one of the strongest cats for the new era was R. Kelly, man. And I used to just listen to his sounds, and I know he had personal things going on we don't have to get into. We all know about it. But this guy, listen.
He's a genius, man.
This guy's creativity, because I was saying to my wife, when that joint came on, and I think a lot of people might have missed that, when it came on, keep it on the down low, he said 3 things in one move, and it goes, do-do-do-do, woo-hoo. He says, well, listen, girl. Man, this cat, his versatility, and I tell my wife all the time, I know he slipped on a banana peeling, but it doesn't take away from.
Oh no, you can't take away from that.
You can't take R. Kelly down.
This cat, man, I'm seriously just
man.
The studio with him would just probably like blow my mind. And I'm down with Teddy. I'm down with Mark Gordon. I'm down with because Jimmy Jam did the SOS band. I'm old school, man. I'm born in 1964. So, I Casey and the Sunshine Band, Ohio Players, Parliament,
the Whispers, all that stuff. The Whispers.
AWV. I mean, that's all the music. Matter of fact, the Delphonics, the Ohio Players. I'm right down the street from Philly. Blue Magic, man. Ted the Wizard Miles. All these cats, man. The Whispers.
Yeah. There's so many groups,
Of the whole full package. Motown. I love, man. I used to listen to Tears of Fears. I listen to a lot of different stuff out there, bro. Hall and Oates, man. Yeah. I listen to everybody.
Hall and Oates, the BDs. I listen to the BDs, Hall and Oates.
All the music.
Ambrosia, Michael McDonald. I listen to. I'm versatile.
Yeah, all of them, man. Teddy Brass. I listen to. I mean, I was coming up, man. We was listening to Service. We was listening to all kind of genres of music, man. And we kind of get.
Yep, that's right. Yeah.
It's an artery,
and we try to incorporate all that in our music too.
And it's old school. Right. It's an old school. Even if they're deceased, it's still the artery, man. It's still flood because music is universal for ears for those who will listen.
So it seems like to me, like y'all two particularly, y'all era of music was basically the Motown days, the 70s, 40s, the 50s, the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Not the 40s.
Man. No, I was about to say, God dang.
I went too far back.
Listen, though, but you have to understand, though, man. I know y'all have parents. Eras of music are too awesome. You have to look at what your parents brought to the table.
Yes, sir.
When I was born in '69, my mom and parents and I had aunts and uncles that sung. So I heard everything from Marvin Gaye to the Bee Gees. You know, because back then, if your music was popular, it wasn't formatted to just black radio.
Right.
I heard the Bee Gees and I heard Michael McDonald on black radio stations in Hall and Oak. So I knew everybody, Chicago. So you have to look at that. And what people don't understand, those guys, they wrote with substance and their music meant something. And so that's how I learned how to write. And so that's not saying that the writers today are bad, but it's not a lot of substance to what they're saying.
They go, they just go off of what's popular today instead of like
exactly. You are so right. That's
and I like songs that tell a story, like
a story.
Yeah, exactly. Like I listen to the other stuff, but it's like I like to like really listen to somebody that's telling a story because that's what we get to you. Even though like I never grew up in that era, but I always like I had grandparents and all of that listen to that music.
Exactly. So you're going to
hear influence,
you're going to go to a cookout and you're going to hear Al Green.
Yep.
You can't get away from that kind of stuff. And then on the top of that, you can't get away from it. Then I'm gonna say on top of that too, my daughters, they're into music of today, but they love old school. Mm-hmm. If we have a cookout to the house, they play the old, so it's a part. And the thing about that too is that you have to know the old. They do so much sampling on the old, but you have a lot of artists, they don't know nothing about the artists that they sample.
Not at all. Yeah. And they're learning now. I think now they're learning now with the whole versus thing that Timbaland and Swiss Beats started. Exactly. They're starting to see, because whenever the Isley Brothers went against Earth, Wind and Fire,
that was awesome.
It was like, oh man, certain people in the comments like this is their favorite artist.
Yes. Exactly. Yeah.
So,
that's
crazy.
And
go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, and they paved the way. And I mean, you sit and listen, meditate and focus on like Lou Rawls. I mean, you listen to, Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, Otis Redding. When you listen to this kind of music, they paved the way for us to make our music even stronger.
Yeah. And they gave us all the tools, man. They gave us all the tools.
Or didn't give the recognition or the financial status. And it's like we supposed to piggyback off of that and come back stronger.
Yeah.
It's not supposed to go.
Have substance, man. Come back stronger.
Oh yeah. Well, all right. So in the 90s, like, do you feel like the 90s is like always be I ain't gonna say the golden era of R&B music, but like the most popular era of R&B music?
Yes, sir.
Would y'all agree?
Yes, sir. I'm gonna tell you why.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna let Mark go first. Go ahead, Mark.
No, I definitely would, because it was a flavor. It was a flavor right before actually the rap came in. It was so much flavor in the music. If you just go back and just listen to like the funkiness and the sense, the funkiness of the 808 beats and everything, that's when the 808s became real popular. And then even along with a little bit of sampling, but their music was strong. It was a dance. It was to make you right. It was to make you move. It was to make you move. It wasn't talking, the thing, females and nothing, but it was more so to have you to move, because that's what we do. Our culture, even all the way back from Africa to now, is when we dance, we go all in.
Off a rip. Yeah.
When we dance, bro, it's just a gift from God from heaven. We go, even the little babies. You watch the little baby, you don't understand. It's the music and the rhythm that's going through every muscle and tendon in your body. Will start your brain all the way down, brother, to your feet.
Yeah. And the thing about that too, I'm gonna piggyback a little bit off of Mark too about the 90s. I graduated from high school in 87. So what people don't understand, at that time, everybody was still you had the sounds of Cameo and Luther Vandross and Kool and the Gang, and those guys were popular like that. Earth, Wind and Fire was starting to wane off a little bit and stuff like that. But what made that era so special, you had a group like New Edition, who was in between the end of the 80s, the beginning of the 80s era, with the rap and the R&B coming together. New Edition was rapping on songs before New Jack Swing.
Right.
So when Teddy Riley came with Keith Sweat and this New Jack Swing thing, when he was merging rap with R&B and he had these funky beats, that just changed the whole game. Because you had cats like the Force MDs, who was rapping before that, on songs they could rap and sing. Teddy Riley just merged all that together. Yep. And you had these funky sounds with these great singers and these great arrangements. And it's like everybody that was coming out in the 90s era had a hit. You know, nowadays you come out, people don't have a hit. Man, everybody that came out in the 90s, whether they stayed around or not, they had a hit.
Yep. Correct.
Also,
it's like, yeah.
Also, too, the visual, piggybacking off my partner, the visual came with the video treatments that added more fuel to not only how creative they was in production, but it gave you a visual of what the song and the track really was talking about.
Yep.
Because you notice you had all them brothers and sisters in the back doing them moves. They only probably got $25. They back there. I mean, even with BB,
it was just the visual. Yeah.
They're working all their muscles.
And the thing about that too, and I'm gonna say this a little further, how strong the 90s were in New Jack Swing was, especially New Jack Swing with Teddy Riley. All the guys that did New Jack Swing, Jimmy Jam them did some, Baby. For Teddy Riley was, they all piggyback off of what Teddy was doing, but all that was part of New Jack Swing. Even with the rap with Heavy D, LL Around the Way Girl, I'm sorry. Heavy D, We Got Our Own Thing, all that stuff. Kumo D, Let's Go, I Go to Work. All that stuff was crazy because it was so crazy that Michael Jackson was about to do his album After Bad. He went to Quincy Jones, a man who done helped him sell 150 million records. And Quincy Jones said, Michael, you need to go find this guy, Teddy Riley. That's how strong New Jack Swing was. And Michael grabbed Teddy for the Dangerous album, which is the biggest selling New Jack Swing album of all time.
Mm-hmm. Right. So with that being said, that should tell y'all that the 90s was the best.
Yes, sir.
That's how strong. Yeah, that's how strong. You talking about Quincy Jones and Michael Jackson got this history. Off the Wall, Thriller Bad. Thriller is the biggest selling album of all time. But he was man enough and knew the sounds was changing. I can't do New Jack Swing. Go find Teddy Riley. That's what he told Michael. I mean, that's what Michael did.
Oh yeah. See, Mike always did. Even with R. Kelly.
Well, Michael always got the best.
Come on now.
Exactly.
Come on now.
Hey, because even with R. Kelly, I know y'all heard the story. Mike called him. He hung up on him.
Yeah, he hung up on him twice.
Mike
hung up on him twice. Yeah, hung up on him twice.
He goes, this is Mike. Robert, he's like, man, stop playing. He on the phone up on him and asked him, what does he have on the shelf? And then the song is You're Not Alone. Yep. That's what the song Kelly had on the shelf for him.
But the thing about that too, partner, is that he had already, Michael had asked R. Kelly for a song. I mean, R. Kelly had that song already done, like Michael would sing it before Michael called.
Yep. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because he wanted Michael to have a song.
Yep,
but he didn't know Michael was gonna call him.
See, he sounded just like Michael Jackson just for that.
Man, he was singing, man. I've heard that you can go find a demo on YouTube. You can, man, he sounds just like him, doing the hiccups and everything. It's crazy.
Yep.
It's crazy, man. Yep.
For y'all who don't know, y'all can actually go on YouTube and actually watch it.
yeah. Real talk. Yep.
Yes, sir.
Y'all the best history lesson. Yeah. So, like, man, would y'all be partnered up? Like, what's the biggest collaboration thing y'all did, and like who y'all work with? To like, if in y'all, whatever y'all, who's the biggest song y'all gave to somebody? Who was the biggest song y'all gave to an artist that did great?
Well, I'm not gonna say. Well, we do pretty good. We did a song with an artist named Gwen Yvette. We did So in Love with Her. She has a huge following over Europe and stuff. So that was one of the biggest songs that we did. And we got a song Blowing Me Up with Shania. That's done pretty well. But as far as it's just so hard with marketing and stuff, they got all this stuff now, DistroKid and all this stuff, but we want the big fish. We want to be able to get our stuff to the big fish. So we in the process now. We have a great attorney. Mark's wife, Ann, is our manager. So we're building our brand real big. So in the next few months, y'all gonna be hearing a lot from MJK because we got we took our time to build our brand the way we want. Now we have a top of the line entertainment attorney. We have all this stuff in line to get us to where we need to go to. So we can just worry about writing and producing instead of us trying to handle all this business on our own. So we got a great team together now.
That's good. It's always good to have a great team because put all that stuff on yourself, it kind of overwhelms you.
Yeah, definitely.
What you're really trying to do, like it might
it's
mess
a
up
lot,
and you'd be like, man, I gotta do this, I gotta do that, I gotta do that. But having a team is great, man. That's what's up, bro. So like, I'll keep that up, because man, people out here, they don't stick together like they used to, bro.
Well, that's the thing. Just like I said, man, me and this guy, whether we was doing music or not, we brothers for life. That's the thing. Yeah. And the music just made us more brothers and kindred spirits and stuff. We always had a bond of closeness because we had so much in common. But the music thing, we got things that we do. We don't let nobody come in our circle. Everything that we do is a mutual decision. If somebody called Mark about a song, people will call me, people will call Mark. Do this part, and we don't make one decision without the other one knowing about it. That's something that we don't do. Even tonight with this podcast thing, you guys, when I was like, that's why I was like, it's okay if my partner be a part of this because we don't do that.
Right. That's totally understandable. I'm the same way with my partner. Like,
we don't want because if you show separation before you make it, that's the worst thing you can do in this business because. And then that what happens is that you show separation before you make it big, and once you get into business, you got all these people that's really trying to separate you. Right. Well, Jacob, you can do this. Mark, you can do this, and we're not having that.
No, and I always say like if you like the key thing for me is integrity, and the only thing that should get between a partnership, your relationship is air. That's all. That's the only thing. Yeah. And for me, brother, much love, mutual respect. One of my homies that I work with said, he always said, Cheatham, don't stop until the casket drop. And that's what we're going to do. We're not going to stop until the casket drop. Up until then, we're going to keep chiseling away because we believe in what we're doing, the creativity. We believe in ourselves. And I love and respect this brother, man. So much this brother is a brother from another mother. And I have so much respect and admiration for him. And nothing is going to come between us. No, contracts, no females, no drugs, no alcohol, none of this stuff, man, because we were raised right to love and respect one another. And once you find somebody that's in your corner, got your back, believe me, definitely don't you turn your back.
Yeah.
And that's a fake, man. Wow.
Yeah.
Because a lot of jokers, right? I'm from and a lot of plastic, man, and one thing with me, I don't like phoniness. Be real, because I always tell this story. I had been playing basketball back in the 70s. I had this coat, and this coat looked leather. It smelled like leather, and it felt like leather, but it was pleather. So imitation, I won't do well with anybody that's like fake and phony. I'm gonna let you know straight up with all due respect, because I don't have time. Short-lived life on this earth. I don't have time to play and waste time and play no games, man. It's about business. You either in or you out.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Man, that's so crazy. I like to hear stuff like that because that's the same goal that me and my partner are doing, like just with the podcast and everything we're doing.
Yeah, so it's
dope.
Yeah, man. I was this morning. It's so funny. We talking about this. I watched a 50-year anniversary interview with Gamble and Huff this morning. They were on Charlemagne the God on the Breakfast Club.
Mm-hmm.
And those guys never did one thing without the other. And that's they had Philadelphia International Records for 50 years. And this is what they said together. They both said it today. As black people, we are always better together. But people are so jealous hearted and stuff, you don't know. You don't know what you're going to get. So they were like, they made a group. They met in the elevator. Gamble had a guitar. Huff was a piano player. He grabbed Gamble and said, "Man, you write songs. What do you do?" Huff couldn't write songs. He was trying to. They clinked up together. Gamble was the lyricist. Huff played the music, and look what they've done. They had 175 gold and platinum records, and that's because of a meeting and talking to somebody And like you said, being better together. He wanted somebody to help. He wanted to help him, and he wanted to help him. And that's the way they did it.
The way it's supposed to go, man. Shit. If you can find somebody that got the same drive, same energy as you, same goal as you, man, and like genuine and genuine. Like 100% genuine, like not on no phony bullshit or not trying to
right.
The level
Right,
that's
and I respect people so much in the business that stay together. That stay together because when you have a dominant lead singer in a group, people come after them, or you have more than one lead singer, they come after them, and this and that. And you have to have the integrity and the respect for your partners and stuff to stay together. I love to see groups and stuff that stay together because it's so hard for groups to stay together because there's so many different individual personalities. But I respect the OJs, especially in the Whispers. They ain't letting nobody come between them. It wasn't nothing. They tried to make Eddie Levert a solo artist. They tried to make Walter Williams and stuff. They tried to get the twins from the Whispers. They never did it. They stayed together.
That's good, man.
Yeah.
Nowadays, because nowadays besides the Migos, they still together.
Yeah, man. It's like everybody break up. And what people don't understand too, I've been saying this forever. If you are a person that knows music, and you go through the course of history, you can count the successful solo artists that came from a group. You know why that is? Because most people love the group. New Edition did it with all of them. That's never happened before. Lionel Richie did it with the Commodores. Michael Jackson did it with the Jacksons. But when you think about it and you look at all the other artists and stuff, it might be a few more. I can't say all of them, but for the most part, the group was always more successful. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Philip Bailey and Maurice White left to do solo stuff. Earth, Wind, and Fire sold more records than them both as solo artists. That's what I'm saying. You have to, because people love the group and the components of the group. Everybody brings something to that group. But when you go on your own, you by yourself, it's different, and everybody don't accept that.
Right.
The Beyonce.
Yeah, well,
Beyonce.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But there's few and far in between. There's not all these people that leave soul that does well. Right. You can count the ones that's really fell on their face that was real popular. Look at Coco when she left SWV. She did the album Hot Coco. What happened? What happened?
Didn't hurt nothing.
Exactly. I'm saying you can't. They love the group.
Right.
And also too, it depends on too who's behind you. Like you take Beyonce. Beyonce's in the category by herself because it's the people who's backing her.
That's right. And even from the beginning, when her daddy was backing her, it's from the beginning. Yeah.
So if you had that kind of backing, you can't make no mistakes because they got you covered. All you gotta do is perform.
Just like Michael. Shit.
But you know what? On the serious tip, though, y'all sit there and talk about Beyonce. A lot of people, y'all might not notice, but I'm gonna enlighten y'all to something. When Beyonce did her very first album, the Crazy in Love album, and you can go and pull it up. The record company actually told her she had no hits on that album. None. They said, we don't like this. They had no hits. She stuck to her guns, her and her dad. Mm-hmm. The record company was not happy. Columbia Records was not happy with the record that she had made. Man. The Crazy in Love with Naughty Girl and all that. Mm-hmm. Yes, me, myself, they said there was no hits on that album. Mm-hmm. Go pull it up. You think I'm kidding, you'll see. So that's what I'm going to say. No matter how popular she was and all the fans she had behind her, they still didn't believe in the record.
Mm-hmm.
That's so crazy. And
that's what I'm telling people. DJs make records. People can say what they want to. You can have the greatest singer in the world and they can't have a hit record. You can have a guy or a girl that can sing mediocre and they have hit records all the time. That's why DJs, guys like y'all are so important still to this day because y'all break records and y'all get people to liking these records.
Yes. And I want to say can I interject on one thing? And thank you for that, partner. Listen, Tamia, you mean to tell me all these different ranges more? You mean to tell me no producers out there could have backed them and they should have went to another level? I don't think Tamia got any recognition.
Well, you got a lot of people like that, partner. Tamia To me, a biggest album is a gold record or gold album.
No recognition.
With her talent, exactly. But she had Quincy Jones behind her. It didn't matter, though. I mean, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You just don't never know. You have great singers that can't sell a whole lot of records. And it's always been like that.
But you also, too, it has something to do partner with the record company pushing you. We're not going to even go on about the Hall brothers, what we talked about before.
Yeah.
But it depends on who's pushing you, you know, and what degree that they want to receive that monetary, because you could have producers have everything in place and they go, you know what, all your music was a dud.
Yeah.
And then you can take this Chinese guy that came up with this dang 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 rap song and make $1 million, man. One hit.
Yeah.
Some that bang 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 bang. Some
man, for real, that
it's crazy. But you know, that's why we just try to make, you know, just like the one thing that I've learned, everybody's not going to like what you do.
Yeah.
All we can do is put our heart and soul into our music. What comes from the heart reaches the heart. That's what we feel. Everybody's not going to like what you do. And so all we can do is put our best effort into it, because you might like a song and the next person might not like the song. That's why radio and stuff is so important, because radio breaks songs. So
and it's hard to, just like you said with the DJs, like it's hard to like artists that's coming up now, like they don't believe in it. Like some of them don't believe in giving the DJs any music or it's like they rather like I'm gonna just put it out there on iTunes, whatever, and it's gonna do what it do. But it's like, no, it's not actually doing what it do, because you could put it on there. If nobody know you, they would never search it, because it's not gonna pop up.
And you exactly right, because the thing about it, you know, me and Mark talk about it all the time. If you just say if you discover a record, right? Just say you find this artist send you a record and you start playing it and the record is hot. What are you going to do next? You're going to tell all your DJ buddies about it, aren't you?
Yep.
Okay. That's right. That's right. People like to sit there and say, oh, the record company's this and what record company did. That's why so many people got in trouble from back in the day for payola, because the DJ and the record and the radio is still the most important thing. Because you could have a record all over the place and making money on DistroKid or whatever, but the DJ still got to make that record, break that record to see how big it can be. The DJ is still the most important thing. And that's what people don't understand. You still have to be able to break that record and have a radio-friendly record. And so, yeah.
Something happened?
Yeah,
no.
It got too quiet for a second.
No.
Yeah, we didn't know what happened.
Yeah, it's a pause.
But yeah, man, you guys, we had our time limit, so like we appreciate y'all for coming. I know y'all.
Oh, absolutely.
But
listen, appreciate it, man.
Oh man, appreciate y'all. But before we let y'all go, we always do this segment called the Fuck Outta Here of the Week. And when we do that, we acknowledge something that's going on. It could be personal, it could be in the world, it could be something y'all seen that y'all don't like. And once we do that, we say we gotta say and we press the buttons.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
All right, that's cool.
And so Jacob, you can go first, and Mark, you can go right after Jacob.
Would you say it's something that's going on in the world?
Like anything, it could be anything.
If somebody stole my shoe,
I want to get them the fuck out of here.
Well, I'm gonna say this, and I might get a little ragged out for this, because I'm gonna say this. And I'm gonna listen. I want you guys to listen to me. You know, I work with guys that's always talking about black on black crime, right? And listen to me good. They always talk about black on black crime, and then when a white officer kills a black person, they sit there and they go crazy, you know. But we've been doing black on black crime forever and nobody don't say nothing about it. You see what I'm saying? So they always pitching a fit about the white cop killing them, but we've been killing each other for years. But they don't want to talk about that point. So that's my moment.
You heard? You said,
fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck out of here.
I'm the come together, man. We need to come together. Be so powerful. I'll tell you.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Mark, what you got?
It's just a basic thing, man. I'm just tired of seeing, I'm just tired of seeing everybody sagging, man. Nothing personal, because here's the thing. Here's the thing. The reason why everyone knows where it instituted and where it came from, where it started, where it was invented. How do we carry that over? And we've been in a struggle our whole life. And then I know you brothers with your intelligent intellect, because I don't like to undermine anyone's intelligence. When you take that word, right, SAGGIN, and flip it, look what you got, bro.
Niggas.
There it is.
Look what you got. And you know what, though? Not only that, you, my brother, and the other sisters from another mother, you look like me. How do we disrespect each other, man? I mean, I don't even understand my hustler friends. It's enough money for everybody. You know, they done planted the weapons. We still smoking each other. Yep. So check this out. I got a friend of mine out of Maryland. Now this is kind of like graphic, man. So this is something I'm only going to say one time. You know what he told me? He says, a cat stood over another dude. He's a mortician. He stood over top of him and emptied the whole clip in his face. It took him 5 minutes to find his eyeball, man. Damn. How can you do that to somebody?
Wow.
Yeah.
The brother told me, and then on top of that, right? I don't think he's listening because nobody will know who he is. And he showed me the picture. That's not for everybody. Yo, he aired this. He stood over top of it.
Man, that's not enough hate in the world for you to do something like that. That's
exactly, man.
crazy.
Exactly. Just walk away, man. Like, come on, man.
My point is, when the time comes, and I hope we still have some more life and breath in this. We did a song, and this brother's right here collaboration is, the song is titled "You Look Like Me."
Yeah.
Yo, it's for the streets. It's mental. It's hip hop, rap, but it's a mental appeal to it. It's street because it's mental. That's what we try to touch. Because many of us, we come up in the hood, right? But we don't have to respond to everything that takes place in the hood. I teach our young sisters, they're princess. If you have daughters, they're not hookers, hoes, stanks. They're not sluts. They're preparing to become a queen. Our young princes are prepared to become kings. We don't teach that because I always ask our youth, who are you? You know what they tell me? They tell me their name. I say, listen to the question. Who are you? That's what I do our brothers out there on the dirty block. Who are you? Because nobody never told you who you are. That's why we conduct ourselves the way that we do. And I stated earlier, my goal is, I can't save the world, is to block the cell and cover the grave.
Exactly. That's how it is.
Yeah. All right, brothers. Thank y'all.
That was strong.
Appreciate y'all.
We appreciate y'all, man.
Appreciate y'all for real, man.
Appreciate you, brothers. We salute you all. Thank you just for taking the time out.
Thank y'all for having us so much, man. We really appreciate it.
Thank y'all.
Anytime.
Yeah, we'd love to come back, man, for sure. When we about to drop the music or whatever, we'll definitely love to come back.
No problem.
No problem.
Keep in touch, man. Y'all stay blessed.
Much love and respect. Salute y'all, man.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Salute y'all. Y'all take care, brother. Good night.
Bro. Peace.
Good night. All right. Much love.
All right. One. Later. One. Partner.
What's up?
What's up? You still there?
Yeah, man.
All right. Hit me on the phone. We on our way back from the restaurant. Hit me on the phone there.
You want me to hit you on the phone?
Yeah, hit me on the phone. We're on the way back.
All right, I'll do it now.
Bro, you can tell. Hey,
you can tell people, bro.
Oh, man. Hey. I just heard. Oh, I heard the story, but they bring it up again. The dude that was on the Zoom meeting, and he thought the Zoom meeting was over, and he started beating his meat on camera. But I understand now. Like, I understand. Like, cause I'm like, how the hell that man did that? But clearly, like, them older people, they don't know, man. So that's understood, bro.
He hung up, and then he got back up, partner.
And he probably realized, like, hold on, why they still here?
I was sure, guys. Bruh, this is the thing about, we have older people. They don't let us talk.
Bro, You just
they don't let us. Hey, we gotta respect them, man. Just listen.
hey,
They drop
because
down.
they know they give you some knowledge, and I'm cool with that. But it's like it's no questions being asked. But hey,
Hey, man,
you could throw one in there, nigga, just like that. You throw one in there, and then
there.
it's like oh,
Exactly. I was cool with it though. I got it because I was like, hey, do your thing.
that was real good. I'm cool with it for real.
So man, that was interesting. But yeah, man, that was.
I'm with it.
I'm trying to figure out how you can jump in somebody's face like that. That's sad.
Yeah, that's
Find somebody eyeball.
yeah, bro. That's sad. You know, I don't hate nobody. I don't even hate nobody like that to do some shit like that. Not even to kill him.
Shit, you got to shit to somebody to do some shit. Yeah.
Damn, bro.
I'm the guy that never lies since I have to.
And this should be the day, DJ True. We out. Peace.